G'day guys, welcome to my RSY's YouTube video. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about NRL Round 15 predictions for 2020 guys, so let's get started. So starting off with this first game of that match, we see the Eels going up against the Melbourne Storm. Now, the Storm have been really showing that they want to play a game of football. But for the Eels though, since they have gone in the past, they lost 4 straight games up against the Storm. 64-10 and 32 points to nil was the last time that they've lost up against the Melbourne Storm at their end anyway. So the Eels need to bounce back here and obviously win this game for sure. But they have got some good quality players out there, but they need to step up the role if they want to win up against this Melbourne Storm team. Because Melbourne Storm are a really good team, but they're hard to beat for that role. So I just think Clint Gutherson, if he really steps up in this game, I really do hope that if he does, I reckon it will prove a point that the Eels might get over the line here. But if they don't, the Eels will obviously fall back and let the Melbourne Storm obviously win this game for sure. But let's have a look at Melbourne Storm now. I just think how the way the Melbourne Storm have proven themselves like they want to win games of football. But last week, 24 points to 6 against the Roosters. It's going to be a real tight game for this game. I really do hope that if Dylan Brown scores tonight, I just think that this game will definitely prove a point that every single time, if they want to win this game, they have to win. I reckon they are due for a win, but it's not possible. I reckon Melbourne Storm will win the game, but I'm going to go with the Parramatta Eels by 6 points. I just think that this game will be a good quality match, but the Eels has to step up if they want to win up against the Melbourne Storm anyway. The next game of this match, we see the Panthers going up against the Sharks. Now, this game is going to be a real good tight match, but the Sharks are a really good team. They've proven themselves that they want to obviously win a game, but up against the Panthers, though, it'll be really hard and testy because the Panthers have just eased off the pressure and just obviously win games of football that they can. But it's going to be real tight if the Sharks want to put pressure on the Panthers, because the Panthers have won 9 straight wins, but the Sharks haven't. So I'm going to say the Panthers, I just think that they will score this match. They will win a game for sure. But I just reckon they will be due for a loss if the Sharks can win this game. But I'm going to go with the Panthers by 12 points. I just think 2 tries will win this game for sure. I reckon Brent Naden will score 2 tries to win the game. And definitely to prove this game will be a very good of a win anyway. But for the Sharks though, I just think for their club, they are struggling a little bit, but they do win a couple of games of football. But I just don't think that they will win up against the Panthers. It just proves a point that if they want to win, they have to really, really work hard up against the Panthers and just really work to themselves if they want to obviously win the game for sure. But Sione Katoa is a real good player too. He scored a number of tries. He's a top player in my point of view. Will Kennedy, he's a really good player too. Sometimes he does score, but not really. But then you got Josh Dugan. He's a real good player too. I just think he'll score. But yeah, I just think the Panthers by 12 points will get them over the line anyway. The next game of this match, we see the Broncos going up against the Dragons. Now, this game is going to be real average, easy match, but the Broncos haven't really won any games for in a while. But I know that they are not really, say, they're not really good of a team. Darius Boyd is not good of a fullback. He needs to go for sure. He needs to get dropped real bad. Jordan Calhoun definitely needs to get dropped. I have to say this, but I just don't see the Broncos winning any single game for sure, because they are terrible and they don't even win. They don't even try, and they just don't get any effort at all. But for the Dragons, they are a really good team, but they have been proving themselves that they want to win a game of football. But like, Matt Duffy is a real good player that just gets over the line every single time. But what I can say about what I can say about Adam Clune, he's a really good player, but I haven't really seen him play. He hasn't scored any tries lately. I reckon Ben Hunt will score a try. But yeah, I'm going to go with the Dragons by 14 points. I just think that this game will be a very tight match, but I do see the Dragons winning against the Broncos. But it's going to be hard for the Broncos if they want to win a game, because they haven't really won a game and they need to spark up their form if they want to win a game of football. So I'm going to go with the Dragons by 14 points anyway. The next game of this round, we see the Titans going up against Raiders. Now, this game is going to be real hard though. Without Dale Copley, without Jai Arrow, plus it's going to be real hard for them. They haven't really won a game lately, but they have a couple of times. But they have dropped Corey Thompson, which that is a real bad loss for their club. But I know AJ Brimson is a real good player too, that gets over the line pretty much well. But for the Raiders though, they are a really good team. If they want to spark up a game, they are a bloody good attacking, defending team, like in the comp. But I reckon though that George Williams will have a great game. So will Chance and Nickel Clockstad. I reckon Jordan Rapana will have a great game. I haven't really seen him play much in a football match at all. But I reckon though the Titans will have a great game, but they haven't really gotten that spark of their form really lately, and they just really disappoint me sometimes. I just don't see the Titans winning this game up against the Raiders, because the Raiders are a very hard team that just doesn't get over the line and spark this form of this match. But I do see this game going to be a really hard match for the Titans if they want to win this game up against the Raiders. But I reckon Raiders will win this game. So I'm going to go with the Raiders by 18 points. I just think that this game will be a very hard match, but the Raiders will definitely get on top anyway. The next game of this match, we see the West Tigers going up against the Roosters. Now, this game is going to be a real hard match for the Roosters, because they have lost really good players such as Mitchell Orbison, Luke Keary, Christian Tui Pilotu, and I would say Lachlan Lamb actually. Lachlan Lamb, Luke Keary, Mitchell Orbison, and Christian Tui Pilotu. 4 of them players are out. So that means Jared Waerea-Hargreaves will be back, and he'll definitely play for that game. Which I definitely see that this game will be a very tight match, but Drew Hutchison is replacing Luke Keary on number 6, which he will be really averagely a good player, but sometimes he doesn't really play a really good effort for their team. But the only player that I have seen scoring and really proving themselves for this player for the Roosters, number 7, will be Kyle Flanagan. He is a real good player, but I just see him winning this game, proving himself that he will win this game up against West Tigers. But West Tigers have been really on form. But I know that they've lost a couple of games, but I just don't see them winning up against the Roosters. But I'm going to go with the Roosters by 8 points, and I just think that this game will be a very hard game, but it'll be an average match for sure. I just don't see this game being a firing up game, but I do think the West Tigers will put a lot of pressure up against the Roosters, but I just think, though, that the Roosters will definitely get over the line by 8 points anyway. The next game of this match, we see the Rabbitohs going up against the Manly Sea Eagles. Now, this game is going to be really tight match, but the Manly Sea Eagles haven't been on form lately, because it's just a matter of time for them, basically, if they want to win a game for sure, but it's not going to be really easy for them because they have lost Tom Trbojevic and Dylan Walker. So that means Ruben Garrick will definitely be on number 1 for fullback, replacing also Brandon Elliott, which he has been at the fullback squad, but he's now injured. So that means the Manly Sea Eagles will definitely struggle for this game up against the Rabbitohs. The Rabbitohs haven't really been terrible lately. They've been on top and they've been on form. Dane Gagai is a really good player too. I just see him scoring 2 tries in this game. Also, you got Jackson Paulo and Latrell Mitchell. I just think Latrell Mitchell will get 1 try, and I reckon Jackson Paulo will get 1 try also too. But I do see this game not having a benefit of the doubt for the Manly Sea Eagles, but I just do see the Rabbitohs winning this game, and they're going to get so much energy, and I do see the Manly Sea Eagles not sparking a lot of effort, and this game will definitely prove them to themselves that if they want to win games of football, they have to work really hard and train really hard too. So I'm going to go with the Rabbitohs by 10 points, and I just think that this game will be an average but tight match anyway, and I do see this game being a long shot by the Manly Sea Eagles anyway. The next game of this match, we see the Bulldogs going up against the Warriors. Now, this game is going to be really tight for the Bulldogs. They are sitting on 16th on the ladder, which that means the Wooden Spooners. So, I just don't see them winning this game up against Warriors, but the Warriors haven't been on top lately. They have been struggling so much, and it's just a matter of time if they want to win a game or not. But I reckon Cody Nikorima will have a great game, so will Adam Blair, and I reckon Roger Tuivasa-Sheck will have a great game also too, but Patrick Herbert will be out. Replacing that will be, I think, Adam Pompey. He will be number 2, I think. I reckon he will. I think Ken Mamalo will be number 5. I'm not too sure about that, but I know he does play number 5 in that team on the wing. But for the Bulldogs, though, they have been struggling so much. They're a terrible team. They're just like the Titans, the Cowboys, and the Broncos. I just don't see them winning this game. But if they want to win a match, they have to focus on the Warriors, because the way how they play, and Lachlan Lewis was number 7. Lachlan Lewis needs to be dropped and not play at all. He is so terrible, and I reckon Brandon Waken will be a different player compared to Lachlan Lewis. So I just think that this game will be a very hard game for the Bulldogs, so I'm going to go with the Warriors by 16 points anyway. And last but certainly not least, we see the Knights going up against the Cowboys. Now, this game is going to be really hard for the Cowboys because they have struggled so much. But since they haven't got Jordan Kahu's not really that good, but he's gone to the Broncos now, so we're not going to worry about him. We have they have dropped Justin O'Neill, which that means that it's going to be really hard for them too. But I just see Ben Hampton. I reckon he'll have a terrible game for their club. But I reckon Michael Morgan will have a really good game too. I reckon he'll score a try. But for the Knights though, the Knights haven't really been on form lately, but they have. But I just don't see them winning a match up against the other teams. But for the Cowboys going up against them, I just think the Knights will win this game for sure. But they really need to work hard if they want to win a game, because it was 26 points to 24 up against Manly, which the Knights played up against Manly last week. So if the Knights get a win up against the Cowboys, I just think 3 tries plus a penalty goal will definitely be on form for them. So I'm going to go with the Newcastle Knights by 20 or 22 points. And I just think that this game will be a very tight match, but I just think the Knights will definitely fire up and put so many points on the Cowboys. So I'm just going to go with the Newcastle Knights by 20 or 22 points anyway. Thanks guys for watching my video, guys. Stay tuned for more. I will be doing a couple of videos coming to you guys soon. Also, I'll be doing more videos coming to you guys soon, so stay tuned for more. Plus, leave a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel and for this video. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Till then, take care guys, stay safe, and have a good one. Plus, let's go to 200 subscribers. We're sitting on 168 anyway, so let's go up to that. That's the halfway point, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Till then, take care and have a good one.